Good morning. Good Wednesday morning to you. This is the day the Lord has made. I will forever rejoice and be glad in it. Grateful and thankful to see this brand new day. This morning I want to share with you just an awareness. I was listening to Tackle the Text this morning, and they were talking about communication. Communication is so important in a relationship. It is. And I was just literally thinking back to all my relationships and how none of them were successful. And also, I learned a lot of stuff. So it's like, you take the good with the bad. And I learned so much stuff about myself. And I know that, looking back now, I know that nothing was going to work because I had not done the work on me and in me. So no matter who the person was, it wasn't going to work because it was I had not done the work on myself and inside of myself. I did not done the work. I had so much baggage I was carrying. So nothing wouldn't have worked. Nothing. No relationship wouldn't have worked because I was seeking something that I couldn't find in another person. Okay. So with that being said, communication, and they said something. I can't remember which gentleman said this, but I used it as my phrase today this morning also because it was like, it was huge. It was like a BOL, breakthrough out loud. So he says, how I treat you is my responsibility. How you treat me is not my responsibility. Find what works for you and work on it. I need to say it again. How I treat you is my responsibility. How you treat me is not my responsibility. Find what works for you and work on it. It's no, just do it. Do A, B, C, D, E, and everything is going to be great. It's perfect in your relationship. It's not going to work like that. You have to find what works for you, right? You have to figure out what works for you and work on it. When it comes to communication, when it comes to love and all that stuff, we all require different things. Another thing he said that was I thought was profound, if I wrote it down, but love because, not because, just love, because when you put a condition on it, I love you because you make me happy. I love you because you cook every day. I love you because, you take care of me. If that person can no longer do that, does the love go away? So never put a condition on love. I love you. I love you. Just whatever. I love you. Period. It's no because and I love you if you love me. Is you never put a condition on love, because when that condition change, your love will change. So never put a condition on love. Love. Period. Love. I love you. Period. Right? And I think that's profound, because a lot of times when you don't know, like a lot of us, me growing up, just didn't know. I thought love was giving somebody everything that they want. I thought love was getting in the middle of the bed. I thought love was spending money. I thought love was giving them all my time. And you get to this point where you're like, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm tired doing this. I don't want to do this no more. And so we have to know what it is. We have to really know what it is. And everybody loves differently. There's this book called The 5 Love Languages. And some people like acts of service. They like for you to do things for them. That's the way that they think is love. They receive love that way. Some people like for you to spend time with them. That's the way that they receive love. And it's different. There's different types of love, right? So we have to be mindful of that and just be aware of it, and love, basically find out, just like I said, find out what works for you. And another thing they said was saying I'm sorry doesn't mean you're wrong. It just means you value the relationship. Oh my God. I literally say I apologize a lot of times. I do because I value the relationship. It's not that I'm wrong, per se. It's I value the relationship. So I'm gonna apologize, and I do that, and guess what? I'm telling you, every time it diffuses the whole situation. This person can be getting upset. They could be in their feelings about something, And all of a sudden, you just, you know what? I apologize. Thank you. You know, I'm serious. It'll change the entire tone, right? You have to. Do you value this person enough? Do you love this person enough? Do you value the relationship enough to apologize even if you're not wrong? That's huge. That's so huge. For me, it is. And I'm learning so much about myself and others. And so when I see these things and I notice these things, I'm more aware than anything. It's this transformational coaching, the stuff that I'm learning in this course. Oh my goodness, it's so huge. It teaches you to be aware of these things that we, had never really looked at. So yesterday, this is what kept coming up for me. People were just so upset. They were so upset. And if I was to say it in a coaching scenario, they're choosing to be upset. It's like a buffet. You got all this stuff on the buffet, and you picking up anger, right? So underneath anger are the other five different layers of emotions. And so, not gonna get into that this morning. Just to give you clarity of the awareness that I noticed. And so the person, I asked one thing, right, and the person just got so upset. And I said, you know what? I know that it's not just what I just said. I know it's some other stuff going on, and we're going to communicate at a later time. Because when somebody is upset, they're going to say things that they don't mean, right? You're going to get a bunch of emotions. You're going to get a bunch of feelings, and it's okay if you have the capacity for that to just listen to them vent, right? If you have the capacity for that. If you're not in a proper setting, like you say you're at work or you're out with other people, let's talk about this at another time. It's not that I'm dismissing you. It's not a good time for us to have this conversation. And it'll give that person time to, simmer down a little bit, right? So I just kept noticing that, and I spoke to the problem. I'm like, so what's really going on? And I pointed out what I saw, because it wasn't just me asking this one question. It's like this soda bottle. You shake it all up, and then you open the top, and it's like shh, soda spilling everywhere. That's what anger does when you just hold on to stuff. And it's because a lot of times we have not been shown or taught how to communicate our feelings and stuff, and we just bottle everything up. We bottle all this stuff up, and then we explode on an innocent person. And I've had this conversation so many times with so many people. I mean, I understand that we go through things in life. There's so much stuff happening right now. I get that. But that person that you just exploded on had nothing to do with, nobody has nothing to do with what's going on in here. They don't. We have to learn how to release that stuff, acknowledge it and release it, and if you don't know how to do that, seek help around it, because I'm telling you, it will drive you crazy. It will drive you crazy holding on to that old stuff. I'm telling you, it will. If it's a problem and it's solvable, it's really not a problem. It's what you're creating in here, right? And another thing that ties into that, I heard on a movie. I get messages from movies. I'm just listening and just watching these things. I'm like, So it's always a message in the movie, and the person said this right here. If you can't talk about it, you'll never get away from it. So the young man was like, he went into the church and he was like, want to confess what he had done. He said, I don't want to tell you what I did because it's so horrible. I feel bad about it. And so that's when the pastor told him. The pastor said, if you can't talk about it, if you can't talk about it, you will never get away from it. And so when it comes to healing, and when it comes to terrible things that have happened to you in your life, if you don't talk about it, you'll never get away from it. I'm telling you, you sit there and hold on to that stuff. It'll build up anxiety. It'll build up depression. It'll build up sickness. It'll build up all kind of stuff just holding on to that stuff. That's why I love sharing. I will share forever. As long as I'm on this earth, I will continue to share. Because the moment I done that, I'm telling you, I began to heal. Literally, I began to heal. I let God into my life. I started getting closer in the Word, reading my Bible more, reading scriptures more, and finding other people that I can learn from that are already further ahead of me. in that journey. And I also got in a seminary program with Darius Daniels. Those are different things I did to learn more about God and learn how to read the Bible and different things like that. He said, yeah, I'm 44 years old, but a lot of stuff that we've been taught in church is just like what somebody else taught us, and it might not have been all right? So just really learning about God and who He is, and just falling in love with Him, and in return falling in love with myself. You know, it's huge. It's huge. And just being aware. That's how I'm able to show up every day. That's how I'm able to serve, because I make sure my cup is full, and I fill my cup by pouring into myself throughout the day. And sometimes when I don't have the capacity, I don't want to engage with everybody and everything. I take time out for me. Yes, it's okay to just log off. It's okay to just sit down somewhere. It's okay to do those things for you. Because when you don't, then you get this rage build up in you, this anger build up in you. You might explode on somebody that had absolutely nothing to do with it. So just really wanted to share that with y'all this morning, because it's just, I know that we're in these times of the unknown, and you got to have crazy faith. You got to have crazy faith during these times. You do. The reason why I am so unbothered is because I know who God is. I have faith, and I'm just out here just doing my best, and leading by example. I'm a woman of God, and so just really just being that example. And my life is a testimony of what He can do and what He has done. And so just really wanted to share that with y'all this morning. I feel complete. Anyway, Coach J Rose, if you need support, if you're stuck, if you just feel like you just want to talk to someone, I am definitely a great listener. I've been learning, right? And listening is just being quiet, not responding and waiting on them to finish to talk. So contact me for support. If you know anybody, definitely give them my information. I'm complete. Have the most amazing Wednesday.